Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to the third session of Scholars in Blockchain International Symposium hosted by the British Blockchain Association. My name is Naseem Naqvi. I am the founder and president of the British Blockchain Association and editor-in-chief of our journal. We are delighted to host professors of blockchain from leading academic institutions from around the globe, and they have been sharing their expert insights with us since this morning. We had two excellent sessions. I hope you found them a useful learning experience. So this is session 3, and we have asked the speakers to talk about themselves, their institutions, and the research opportunities that are being offered by their universities, and any advice, tips, and suggestions they have for blockchain practitioners and researchers who want to pursue a career in blockchain or Web3, etc. And we have asked the speakers to stick to the allocated 5 minutes, please. This will help us to run the event smoothly, and hopefully this will also allow us to have some time for a question in the end. So with that, I would like to invite Professor Shyamasundar from India. Professor Shyamasundar is also a fellow of the British Blockchain Association, was inducted in 2020. Please go ahead, Shyamasundar.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Professor Naqvi. So I'm Professor Shyamasundar. I'm administering or leading the Center for Blockchain Research, which is funded by Ripple at the Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay. As you know, that this is one of the most leading institutes in IIT in India as well as outside. So just to make in the 5 minutes, whatever that one is. So technically, there are many points on which we have been working. As you know, Ripple has some kind of a different consensus algorithm compared to many of the other blockchains like Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as Ethereum, etc., etc. And now for that, as a support, we are also supporting it as a gateway or a unique node list in the Ripple. So this consensus algorithm correctness is a very difficult aspect or the other. Recently, in the SecRip that happened in France, we established correctness of the consensus algorithm that is in Ripple using something like a RAND index measure that is widely used in cluster matching kind of a thing. And so this one is also invited for a special LNCS series that is coming up. Even the other one is published already from the SecRip kind of a thing. That is one. And the other leading area on which we have been working is this correctness of smart contracts, because this is particularly in Solidity, because this is a major challenge. And now we proposed how runtime monitoring can be used to see how the correctness of the Solidity smart contract can be preserved. And this was published in ICBC 2022. And now, as a follow-up in the coming ICBC 2022, we are trying to show how the smart contract written in Solidity can be done in a much easier way by pushing Solidity to Solidity with the declarations, so that the programmer will find it easy to give the declaration and say what are the things that needs to be preserved, and automatically this can also be transformed to Solidity, and he can debug the program even at the Solidity level. And this is being published again in the LNCS in November kind of thing. So coming the other research my colleagues have been doing is on the performance enhancement and scalability of the blockchain, because this is one of the factors that has impeded the growth of the blockchain. And then we also give a course in a sister institute, Indian Institute of Management, which is in Mumbai itself, on the blockchain and its application to supply chain management, and what are the things are the other couple of areas on which we have been working are on the cryptocurrency volatility to say that, for example, Ripple is used for transferring money from one place to another place, what is the nature, etc., kind of a thing. And lastly, I think the AI applications for transaction analysis, both for privacy analysis, linking analysis, fraud analysis, and something of that nature. And Indian Institute of Technology has a large number of research scholars, more than 1,000 PhDs are working in different areas. And we also have with an Australian academy, Monash University and IITB, it supports, again, the PhD scholars. We have both bachelor's, master's, as well as PhD. So it's always a factor. There are many foreigners who take at least one semester or work here for PhD and things of that nature. And it provides a large number of opportunities even for executive programs who are interested. I think I will stop here in the interest of time.
Thank you very much, Professor Shyamasundar. Next, we would like to invite Monica Singer. Monica, you all right?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, please go ahead.
Excellent. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the esteemed professors that have been invited to this event. I'm so happy to be here, and I want to especially thank the Center for Evidence-Based Blockchain under the auspices of the British Blockchain Association for inviting me to this event. I'm so happy to be amongst this group of professors from around the world on a topic I'm very passionate about. I never knew there were so many professors, and I've been so lonely for so long that this is like I found my people, my tribe. My name is Monica Singer. I'm a chartered accountant by profession. I live in this beautiful city, Cape Town in South Africa. I'm a professor of practice in the accounting and auditing department of the University of Johannesburg in South Africa. I fell into the rabbit hole of being passionate about blockchain technology in 2016 when I read the white paper by Satoshi Nakamoto, Creating Bitcoin. Why did I fall in love with the concept of Bitcoin? Why? Because I had been running the Central Securities Depository in South Africa straight for 20 years. I created the company, and I did everything in my power to ensure that we could put the best risk management process in place to prevent any financial crisis. But little did we know that in 2008, the world would come to an end in terms of the crisis that took place, which had a huge impact on stock exchanges around the world. So that's why when I experienced being the CEO of the CSD during the financial crisis and being completely disempowered, not knowing what to do, I read the paper that Satoshi gave us as a solution. And what Satoshi said was that we need to decentralize, not centralize, decentralize the records and create an immutable ledger to hold all the transactions in the financial markets in a transparent manner. And then we should tokenize real world assets and not use intermediaries for this purpose. This, I can assure you, for baby boomers, for anybody that has been involved in financial technology all their lives, this is such a traumatic paradigm shift that they cannot accept it, and they couldn't accept it, and it's taking years and years of presenting to many CEOs of around the world to tell them that this technology is going to have a massive impact. And I can say to you today that I'm seeing the massive shifts, and I kept on saying, guys, this is the concept of gradual, and then sudden, and I think this since the election of Trump, we will see a sudden change in the world in terms of understanding this technology and the impact that it has on all of us and on absolutely every single industry. So the whole idea is that we shouldn't have to rely on layers upon layers of financial intermediaries and not have to put our trust on regulators and auditors to prevent fraud and corruption, which we know that especially in many countries around the world, I can assure you, we haven't been able to resolve this issue. And I believe that the blockchain technology will bring to the world the transparency that we need to prevent people from committing fraud. So in 2017, I proposed to the board of the Central Securities Depository, where I was the CEO, that we needed to decentralize the Central Securities Depository, as I could see that this would be the solution for financial markets of the future. The board did not agree with my vision, so I resigned in 2017. I joined Consensus, which is the biggest blockchain company in the world, the creator of MetaMask. It's a very efficient wallet, which already has more than 100 million downloads. I approached the University of Johannesburg to help them create courses in blockchain. And we did create one course that is still available online on the UJ website. Sadly, I can confirm there was no demand for more courses, so the university did not invest more resources in this area. I then felt that it was an imperative that we should create courses to explain blockchain technology to the masses. So I created my own courses and I lecture online under the UJ or Consensus banner with their permission. Many of my courses are available on YouTube, and if you search under Monica Singer blockchain, you will find many of my YouTube presentations. My three main areas that I cover are the evolution of the web from Web 1.0 to Web 3.0, the evolution of market explaining cryptocurrencies, stable coins, and central bank digital currencies, and finally, all the possible protocols in decentralized finance, which I find absolutely fascinating. I use my lectures to empower the individuals to download MetaMask and have the experience of being their own bank and how to take responsibility for managing their own finances in the Internet of Value. I created a list of resources for anyone trying to learn about blockchain technology, and I will be very happy to share with the students so that they can empower themselves to self-learn in the area that blockchain technology applies to them. For the past 4 years, I've been publishing articles on blockchain technology in the Accountant CSA newsletter. And this newsletter gets circulated to 44,000 chartered accountants in South Africa. I also gave input to the Financial Accounting Standards Board in the US to assist them in developing accounting standards for cryptocurrencies. The standard was issued and had a material influence in getting the electronic transfer of funds for electronic transfer of ETFs, the electronic transfer of funds for crypto like Bitcoin ETF and Ethereum ETF being adopted by the biggest asset managers in the world like BlackRock and Vanguard, which I don't think it would have been possible if that accounting standard had not been issued. In 2023, a subcommittee of the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance was formed, and I became a member, and we worked for a whole year on a paper to address the different risks that arise as a result of the DeFi protocols. And we also address how to mitigate this risk from an accounting, auditing, and tax perspective. I also gave input on the DeFi risk and regulation being developed by the regulators in South Africa, and I have and carry on supervising students in honors and master's papers on blockchain technology. I sit on several advisory boards, in particular VC funds, that invest in startups of companies in Africa using blockchain technology. My role is to mentor the CEOs to guide them into being successful. Thank you for the opportunity to tell my story. It's such an honor to be in this conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Monica. Excellent talk. You've done a lot of work in this space. Very good to hear from you. Next, we have Murat Karakas. Yes.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks. First of all, good morning, afternoon, evening. I don't know where you are right now, everybody. Thank you to the organizers of the Scholars in Blockchain International Symposium and the British Blockchain Association for this opportunity. My name is Murat Karakus, and I'm an associate professor at the Department of Software Engineering at Ankara University in Turkey. I also have the privilege of serving as the head of the department. So it's an honor to be here today and share a beautiful overview of my work and research with you guys. So let me give you some very short information about myself. I've completed my PhD in computer science in 2018 at Purdue University, focusing on network architectures and their economic analysis. And prior to that, I earned my master's degree from the University of Michigan with a strong emphasis on network and system security. So over the years, I've taught courses spanning from advanced algorithms to blockchain technology, including a foundation for my teaching and mentoring work at my current university, which is Ankara University. Regarding my research focus, my primary research interests bridge multiple domains, including new network architectures like software-defined networking, SDN for short, blockchain technology, IoT, and network security. Our work showcases innovative approaches to enhancing quality of service in complex network environments. I have also contributed to significant projects such as quality of service chain and spectrum chain, focusing on the integration of blockchain with the SDN architecture to address the interdomain routing challenges and efficient spectrum management, actually. Major initiative currently I'm leading is a TÜBİTAK funded project under the career program, in which we explore QoS-based intelligent routing, again, with the intersection of SDN, blockchain, and machine learning, actually. Collaboration has been essential in my journey, actually. I've worked closely with the esteemed colleagues from academia and industry as a research group. And we have presented our findings at numerous esteemed international journals and conferences, including IEEE, ACM, CEBB, and etc. Regarding my department at Ankara University's Department of Software Engineering, we are committed to advancing blockchain research, actually. Particularly, our department actively fosters academic growth through our artificial intelligence PhD and master program. I'm also teaching blockchain and smart contract PhD course in that program. So we aim to prepare future researchers and leaders by focusing on blockchain's applications across various fields like IoT and network management. So in closing, we are eager to expand our network and engage in meaningful and fruitful collaborations. So we will be happy to collaborate on any of the topics that would be interest for us. And thank you for your time, and I look forward to possible future discussions and projects. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very
That's
much,
all, Professor.
Thank you, Murat. That was very excellent summary.
Thanks.
Next, we have Vladimir. Welcome. Yes, please go ahead.
All right, thank you. Thank you everyone for joining, and thank you for Professor Naseem for opportunity of speaking to that audience. So good day again, morning, evening to everyone. Nice to see you all. My name is Vladimir Gorgadze. I'm professor at Moscow Institute of Physics and Technology in Russia. And I graduated with bachelor and master's degree from Moscow Institute of Physics and Technologies. So it's my alma mater. And I got my PhD in physics from University of California at Berkeley, at US. So I also founded a few blockchain companies in Russia, US, Switzerland, and right now we're establishing a new blockchain company in United Arab Emirates. And we started with blockchain projects and came into actually scholar area. At 17, we started with tokenization, and we were actually tokenizing assets well before well-known term RWA, real-world assets, came into the everybody's mind. So what we started with metals, metal contracts, and everything connected to metal assets with biggest metal group in Russia, and we expanded actually to a large variety of real assets. And since our company, our parental company, was the like largest and very legal company in Russia. So we approached regulators in Switzerland, in US, various kind of regulators. In Russia, we invented with regulator special law for that kind of assets. It's called financial digital assets. It's completely legal, and that's what we're doing also in US and Switzerland. And right now we are doing that on in Middle East region with Bahrain, United Arab Emirates, and other countries. And we also, since actually we had very ambitious plans, we needed a lot of like largely educated specialists, like focused on blockchain area. We decided to found special department. We found the special blockchain department in Moscow Institute of Physics and Technology. It's actually one of a kind of such department. No other university has special dedicated department for blockchain. And Moscow Institute of Physics and Technology is the #1 tech school in Russia and former Soviet Union countries. Well before computer area, it was focused on physics and math, and right now it's #1 in both physics, math, and computer science, and one of the best schools in the world also. Even though it's pretty small, it's about 5,000 people overall, bachelors plus masters plus PhDs, but still it's #1 in national rankings, #1 by SAT test for those students who are admitted from high school. And this department is actually also not that big. We have about like 40 plus master students. We have about 10 PhD students, and we are aiming to launch bachelor program very soon. But in our program, we already have, it's very extensive, specialized blockchain program for masters and for PhDs. We have a variety of different disciplines connected to blockchain, like special DLT disciplines, Ethereum, Hyperledger, Cosmos disciplines. We have courses on cryptography. We have courses on math, like probability theory, graph theory, distribution system, complexity of calculations. And also we have very special lectures on tokenomics, since we are very interested in everything which is connected to real business and blockchain. And speaking about topics of research, since we have people there in department and people outside of department connected to real projects, we have variety of research on Hyperledger Fabric, on Ethereum, on Cosmos. It's connected to improvements in blockchain, connected to tokenomics in projects, it's connected to DeFi projects. We have topics on tokenomics of real world assets. We have topics on real math and computer subjects, like, for example, fraud protection in automated market makers, like ZK proofs, account abstraction, decentralized artificial intelligence applications, gasless transactions, and so on and so on. So we are interested in collaboration, like almost all blockchain spaces, including economy, including techniques, including special blockchain projects, and including like market positions of market positions, hedging, and everything which is connected to financial applications of blockchain instruments. However, the main focus of our industrial group, which is parents and department, is RWA, tokenization of real-world assets. And since we have actually very extensive experience in that, we would be welcome any cooperation in research, scholar research, or business applications in that area, tokenization. And you may contact me via Organizer or my last name at Gmail. I'll be happy to talk about collaboration and see what you're doing, and we'll be happy actually to watch this webinar and previous sessions and see what we can collaborate with other distinguished professors that we are having here today. Thank you very much for attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vladimir. That was excellent talk. And I suppose the decentralized AI application is a very interesting area. I'm sure our attendees and other colleagues will be interested in learning more. So thank you for that.
Also, thank you.
So next is Professor Arockiasamy from Oman. Please go ahead. I think you are muted. We can't hear you for some reason. Well, I can't, at least.
I can't as well. So
Yeah.
Now
We can hear you. Yes. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Professor Naseem and also BBA for providing me the opportunity to participate in the symposium. I'm very happy to participate. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Arockiasamy. I am Associate Professor in Information Systems in the College of Economics, Management, Information Systems in the University of Nizwa, Sultanate of Oman. This is the #2 university in this country. And I have been in this university for last 18 years. Before that, I was in India in Bharatiyar University for 17 years. So overall, I have 35 years of experience in teaching and research. And in this college, I have been the dean also for the last 7 years. Now I am the director for Electronics and Computer-Based Innovation Center, and also the assistant dean for training and society services in the College of Economics, Management, Information System. So since I am the senior faculty member in the Department of Information Systems, I have been part of the research cluster we formed in the department. The research cluster is consisting of the faculty members and the senior students from Masters and PhD. And we have been doing lots of research projects on various topics, including blockchain technology. I have been fascinated from 2018 in this topic. Once I hear this blockchain technology, I have been exploring myself into this topic, and with my colleagues, I started discussing about it, presenting some areas on blockchain technology. I have been motivating because my department is not specialized in blockchain technology or whatever. It is information system department. Blockchain technology is one of the area we focus on research. So I have been motivating my faculty members and students. Even I motivated my master students to choose the topic related to blockchain technology for their master thesis as well. And with that effort, so what we have done, we have published some of the book chapters. For example, with my colleagues, I published a book chapter on the topic blockchain technology, emerging trends and applications. And also we wrote another book chapter that is securing blockchain, a paradigm shift with generative adversarial networks and so on. And also recently, one of my master students who completed the master thesis, which is titled on blockchain-based model to measure student performance in higher education institutions in Oman. This project shows innovative approaches to leverage blockchain for impactful results in real-world scenarios. And some of the important projects which are, even in Oman also, we have got blockchain association. We have got some of the interactions, some of the professors who are part of this association. And we are discussing with some of the people who are involved in some of the real projects initiated by the government of Oman itself. And I would like to mention a few projects which are undergoing now. One is actually a blockchain-based system for secure, efficient digital payments, streamlining cross-border transaction. The project name is Oman National Digital Payment System. The stakeholders are Central Bank of Oman, Oman banks, and fintech companies. This is one of the projects which is undergoing. The second one, which is Sohar Port. Sohar is a name of a place. Sohar Port blockchain project. It is a blockchain for tracking goods, automating documentation, and improving port operational efficiency and so on. The stakeholders are Sohar Port and Free Zone, logistics companies, port operators, and so on. The third one, which is named as Oman's Real Estate Blockchain Initiative. It is a blockchain to digitize property transactions, improving transparency and reduce fraud. The stakeholders are Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning, real estate companies. And the next one, it is a Oman Renewable Energy Trading Platform, that is blockchain to track and trade renewable energy credits supporting certain sustainability goals. The stakeholders are Oman Power and Water Procurement Company and energy companies as well. And one more project, which is called Oman E-Governance Blockchain Project, blockchain for digital identity, land registration, and transparent public service delivery, etc. The stakeholders are Ministry of Transport, Communication, and IT, and public sector agencies. So these are the projects undergoing now. And some of our students are advised to join with those part of this project, so that the students are getting a chance to involve in this project to understand more about blockchain technology. Even currently, we have got few students in Masters in Information Systems, where they have been advised to choose some of the research topics related to blockchain technology. Now we have applied for PhD in Information Systems. Still, it is not started. We are waiting for ministry approval. Now some of the students in the master, already those who are in the master program, they are willing to join in this PhD program as well in the future. And they are interested to continue their research in blockchain technology in the PhD as well. So we have been choosing some of the topics, and mainly we have been advising them to communicate with the industries, because we would like to provide solutions to the industry-based applications. So we have collaboration with the various industries like Oman Chamber of Commerce and in Nizwa Industrial Estate companies. There are so many companies in this place, and it is called Industrial Estate, and where we have collaboration with those companies, involving our students and faculty members to do some research project. And we have published some of the research papers related to blockchain technology, and still it is continuing. So this is our status on blockchain technology in the Department of Information Systems. I'm really thankful to you for providing me this opportunity. I hope my speech for the last 5 minutes will be useful for the audience. Thank you very much.
Yes, very useful. Very useful. We learned a lot. In fact, I was making notes. In fact, what we'll do is we'll open up to other panelists as well, just for a quick discussion. I suppose I guess two questions. One was around preparing students for careers in blockchain. I think it's an important topic. They need guidance. They need mentoring when they join, and also throughout their PhD and MSc. And the fact that you mentioned, Prof, about so many use cases, real estate initiative, I was making notes, renewable energy trading you mentioned, e-governance, digital identity you mentioned, national digital payment system, tracking goods, so much going on. How can we kind of prepare in terms of students and researchers to be kind of more productive towards the economy? I mean, are there career guidance? Is that available in universities? I mean, this is a question not just to you, but for others as well in the panel. Monica, Vladimir, Murat.
Okay, so I'll start from my side. From our university, as I told you before, we are actually having a seminar session on Wednesday every week for the master students. And we used to invite some guest speakers from other places like industries and academicians to provide lectures. And for our information system students, we always choose topics related to blockchain technology and IoT and so on. And the students are motivated about what are all the opportunities available in various industries and various projects like this, what I mentioned. And we try to communicate with those people, to interact with those people. And we always encourage the students to have collaboration. So this collaboration will help them to understand the real world problems so that the students can participate and they can be useful for the country for the development in the future, particularly in the area of innovation. Because Ministry of Higher Education here, they are actually focusing on providing opportunity for the students to be innovative. So that is the reason they established a new center called eCabinet Center, that is Computer and Electronics Based Innovative Center. I am been assigned as Executive Director from a deanship. So I am given the focus on providing the opportunities to students to be the innovative. So that is how we are training our students. And now we are focusing on various areas related to blockchain technology.
Very good. Excellent. Thank you. Any other panelists have got any points to add to this? Yes, Monica. Yeah.
You know what? I want to be very blunt, but everything I've learned, I didn't go to university to learn what I've learned. And
Yeah.
I feel very comfortable lecturing at the highest standard of blockchain. So what I'm really trying to get at is that I think that universities have got a huge responsibility to share all the resources that are already available. The one thing about this industry is that people are super generous in producing papers out of passion that they explain everything, and it's for free, it's available, you don't have to be an academic, you can just be someone that has been in traditional finance like me, that became, in love with this new technology and realizes by comparing the old financial system to the new potential, explaining the gap and explaining how the future is going to be affected. And in that way, you create an ability for the students to think on their own. And the other thing I want to say that I've been in this industry now for 8 years, and when I started, there was nothing. There was really very little written about, very few papers, and they were all controversial, and people dismissed them. But now, more and more, the papers are being produced at a huge rate. And therefore, what I suggest also that the students start deciding what industry they are passionate about, because the reality is that you cannot now read everything. So, so you really have to start deciding on where are you going to become a specialist. And then you say, okay, ChatGPT, give me all the papers that have been written on this topic for this industry, and people must start learning on their own. Yes, they can go to class and be guided, but I believe that this is in the same way that Satoshi wanted to empower individuals to become their own banks and never rely on any financial institution or trusted intermediary, I truly believe that this is also an area in education that we can assist as mentors, as supervisors, but we need to encourage the students to become self-sufficient and they must self-manage themselves, because all this information is free in the internet. So I think that, can you see what I'm trying to say, Professor Naseem, that I really think that our role as professors is completely changing, because between AI and the fact that the internet it's available, I really believe that our roles have to change to be more like a parent, that you don't tell them what to do, you guide them, It's a completely different role that the world is going to experience in terms of the usefulness of universities in the world.
Yes, indeed. And I think that's a good point. Our role is as more of a facilitator, mentor, guidance. Somebody said, I can't remember whether it was Professor Feynman or what, that I can't teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. So I think I think we can guide them, and I suppose the points mentioned earlier about multidisciplinary specialty, and I think this is an important area, because you are in your department teaching on something, but then there is a lot of support that can be available from other departments. So maybe there is a supply chain department, or you are a computer scientist, but your research, somebody was saying earlier that I think it was Chris Berg from Australia, that blockchain started as a computer science specialty, but has now become an economics and industry specialty. It's a very, very, very relevant point made. We have Ahmet. Ahmet, you have joined us slightly late, but yeah, please go ahead.
Sorry, it took some time for me to join. I am in Bursa in Istanbul. There was another event, and I'm a bit late also. Thank you for your understanding, and it's good to be part of it. I just came just on the right time, I guess. You were mentioning
Yes, please, yeah, please go ahead.
More important.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, you have 5 minutes. Please go ahead.
Yes, I am a professor of economics at Hamad bin Khalifa University right now. Formerly, I was at the Central Bank of Turkey as a board member. And my interest on blockchain actually has started with the cryptocurrencies, CBDCs, and so on. Recently, I am working mostly on CBDCs. We have also some papers on the applications of blockchain, especially on the zakat distribution, how to use it for social reasons. But I believe CBDC discussions will be even much more important in the years to come. We organized one workshop last year with the Middle East Council in Istanbul. And David Lee is not here, I guess. David Lee is one of our speakers. Our central bank governor from Turkey has also joined. Barry Ayhan Green was one of the keynote speakers on the nature of money. I consider that some of the blockchain developments are related with the fundamentals, like the CBDCs are like that. The nature of money will change. It will be much more digital, and it will affect all the banking industry, all the financial wealth management. So this is what I am doing on the more of an academic side, and also in the policy discussions, because this is part of the international relations. When you look at the BIS countries, they have certain collaborations, like the UAE is collaborating with China, but at the same time, they are collaborating with Israel. So it is part of international relations. We are also interested in this in the Middle East Council. I'm leading a project there as a fellow. This is one thing. Another thing, from a more services side, we believe that the tokenization is the future anyway. And this is one step further. This is probably even more futuristic. All the commodities and even the services will be tokenized. We had one paper about the tokenization of the hospitality industry, the hotels. It came out in one of the good journals in the tourism as a tourism paper. What we propose, this is also something I believe it will be very helpful to do through the blockchain. The hotels, in order to satisfy their financial needs, they will sell their rooms by tokenizing them in advance. By tokenizing them, they don't need to go to the banks. Instead, they will issue tokens as a service, and then they will deliver this service later. What is good about this? So they will sell their rooms in a sense in advance, and they will not go to the banks. But what is good? Most of the tokenization business, there are certain arts collections, for example, and then people are tokenizing them. It is not being exhausted. The good thing in the services tokenization, one way or another, after a while, once you provide that services, that token will disappear. So you need to issue new tokens. And I believe that we are in the early stages of the blockchain revolution. When the cryptocurrencies came, many things become more digital. We start observing more of the services industry to be more tokenized, and the hoteling industry is a very good option for that. And what will happen? The initial service providers will sell their rooms, let's say in the hotel case, in advance, and there will be a secondary market. So far, we mostly focus on the first-hand market, like issuing new tokens and so on. But more importantly, how these tokens will be traded in the secondary market will be important. So people, instead of putting money into the banks as deposits, they will buy tokens, like they will buy tokens of the hotels, and then they will sell this in the secondary market, depending on their needs. Even the overall financial sector will be not bank-based, but token-based. This is also something I'm working on. And also, I am working on kind of future studies where it becomes much more important, because we are academic, and academics are always accused of having some kind of a post-hack analysts. We explain the things after things happen. But this in the future studies right now, as the world becomes much more uncertain, predicting the future trends in the technology, predicting the future trends in the financial industry will be much more important. So I have also some work going on this. And I am using the cryptocurrency market as a kind of a parallel market, where how the financial markets might be evolving, because there we don't have the governments, we don't have the states, and this allows us some kind of an experimental growth. What if we don't have the state? How the financial markets will be evolving? DeFi, NFTs, overall tokenization is actually telling us a lot about what the future may provide us. So these are the three things that I want to mention: just the CBDCs, tokenization of the services industry, and related future studies for the financial development and so on. One more thing, probably. Recently, we published one paper in Journal of Technology Forecasting and Social Change. This is not completely related with blockchain, but it could be over time. We are writing one paper about character AI. You know, one young person has committed suicide recently. It's a big issue right now. Many of the people are choosing some characters to guide them in their daily lives. So, for example, you can choose Gandhi, you can choose some characters, even you can define your own character, and that character helps you in daily transactions. So many people's friends will be kind of a avatar in the character AI. And I believe there will be some implications for this. Most likely digital twins of the individuals will be official, and people will not just act with their own identities, with the national IDs, but we will have digital identities, and our avatars will run at the background through some of the AI tools. But we will be responsible for how they act. Like this recent suicide case of character AI show that it is quite important. And these characters, how they are behaving and so on, will be probably stored in the blockchain environment, such that we will be also kept responsible on what we do in the digital realm as well. This is also something that I'm interested in. So I guess I'm more than 5 minutes. Thank you very much for your understanding, also for keeping you wait a bit.
Thank you very much, Ahmet. I think the last point you made about AI avatars and digital twins is really, it deserves a separate, a separate conference topic. This is a big thing. It's coming. It's already here. We have established our own digital kind of twin of the British Blockchain Association in the metaverse. Some of you may have been to our metaverse headquarters. It's all generated by AI. It's built on blockchain. NFTs are integrated. We issue certificates and continuing professional development certificates, CPD certificates on the blockchain. And we are in two spaces: Decentraland, which is built on Ethereum, and Spatial, which is also semi-decentralized, not fully decentralized. But this is an important topic. AI generated avatars making transactions on your behalf as a digital twin. Important topic. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. This was our this concludes our session, and I would like to thank Professor Monica Singer, Vladimir, Professor Arockiasamy, Murat, and we have got about 6-7 minutes to take short break, and then we'll be back in the next session. Some speakers are already here, Larissa and Joseph and others. So we'll see you in about 8 to 10 minutes time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and sorry for not being able to listen to you all. Again, thank you for your understanding.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.